Try the veal.
He plays 24 minutes a game, doesn't start, but oftentimes he's around at the end. 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. He's done a great job, the sophomore from Bloomington, taking care of the basketball. Possession number 1 goes to the Badgers as they welcome in the Panthers of Milwaukee tonight. John Lure, the 6'10 junior from Minnesota, double figures in 9 of 10 games so far for Lure.
Brent, I would expect Wisconsin to try to get Lure going inside. Has a big size advantage down there.
Shot missing from Tony Meyer.
Down there.
Shot missing from Tony Meyer. Badgers on their second possession. This is Keaton Nankiville, junior from here in Madison. Lure will get a lot of touches. He averages 16 a game, 6th in the Big Ten.
And Nankiville can take out Ayers and pull him out because Nankiville can knock down that perimeter jump shot, pull Ayers out of his comfort level for Milwaukee.
Down to 8 on the shot clock. Lure has it in his hands now with 5. Trayvon Hughes, 4th in the league in scoring. Kick out Bohannon. Too strong. Rebound tapped around and controlled offensively by Jarmus.
That's a really tough break for Milwaukee right there, Brent, because they did a wonderful job of keeping Wisconsin exclusively on the right side of the floor, just not able to corral the rebound.
Here's Bohannon finding Jarmus. Rising is Trayvon Hughes, and he drills it from.
This is a Wisconsin squad that comes in shooting about 36% from behind the arc, and that's been a trouble area for Milwaukee on the defensive end. They give up 38% marksmanship on the defensive end.
Gerard Ajami for the answer for the Panthers. Transfer from Northern Michigan.
And I think Nankiville can take Ayers off the dribble if they clear out the side for him.
Ayers is a big fella. I mentioned 3 double-doubles on the season, averages 13.3 a game.
I guarantee there's a double-double in the extra large, too, in that jersey.
He's a big boy. Lure, turnaround. Off the window, no. Tapped out and controlled by Ajami. Tapped out and controlled by Ajami.
But nice job defensively by Milwaukee thus far, really closing out.
Here's Ricky Franklin off the bounce and off the glass.
Franklin coming in with a great deal of confidence. 22 points per ball game over the last couple for the Panthers.
Nankiville, there's the step out you talked about, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, I would pull Ayers out and make him guard Nankiville because Nankiville can obviously shoot the 3, but also if he's able to put the ball on the floor at all, it'll take Ayers out of his comfort zone.
Tony Meyer left it short. Ayers fighting for it, out of bounds, and it stays with
John Lure to Nankiville, and Nankiville has shown the ability to knock down triples. Had 5 in a game last year versus Purdue.
He shoots 47% from the field, and there's Ayers from outside. There's Ayers from outside, misfiring and controlled by Jarmus. Lure, turnaround, pretty move, and the finish.
Boy, nice job by Lure. Long hand spinning away from pressure and keeping that pivot foot anchored to the deck. Nice touch around the rim.
You talked about it, Lure, 56% from the field. Back-to-back double-doubles against in-state foes in Marquette and Green Bay just a couple of weeks ago. Timeout here from the Kohl Center, where Bo Ryan's team has won 11 straight, dating back to last season, 6-0 this year. 8-2 on the season. The only losses to Wisconsin, Green Bay on the road, and also to Gonzaga. And there's a three-pointer from a.
Good ball reversal, good use of dribble penetration by the Panthers, and then the kick out allowed Ajami to get his feet set. I tell you what, Wisconsin, Milwaukee right now playing with a great deal of confidence.
They're down 1, nearly 4 minutes deep.
A good job by Meyer right there defensively for the Panthers of beating Lure to a spot on that far block.
Trying to get a bounce pass in there to Lure, and a push on the floor against Meyer for the Panthers.
And so many times it's getting a defender in a position where he's not comfortable, be it posting up a guard or forcing a perimeter or a post player to play out on the perimeter. You saw a great example of it right there with Ayers.
So the Badgers the ball, they turn it over out of the timeout. Ajami slows it up. Lonnie Boga the drive and the score.
Breakdown in transition defense by the Badgers there, Brent, because Boga just had a wide open lane right to the rim. No white jerseys rotated over.
And Milwaukee goes in front 9-8. John Lure hangs in the lane and scores.
With such a great deal of confidence, demanding the basketball, and he's showing his versatility offensively. We've seen him spin away from pressure. Nice little duck in there and the jump hook.
In the last 3 games, he's averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds. Lob it down low for Ayers. Double team comes and he throws it away. And a push against Milwaukee. And that's what he. Some of the numbers here for Jeter. Of course, played under Bo Ryan at Platteville, won a national title. On the drive is Ryan Evans. The play in wouldn't go. And the rebound for Jason Avercamp.
You can see the swing offense right there. You saw the pass and then the dive down and the post up by the guard. So the pupil learned extremely well from the teacher. Good post defense by Evans right there, getting over the top.
Anthony Hill going to work on the low block. The turnaround falls.
Hill of being patient offensively. He was able to get Evans on his hip and then recognized the double team wasn't forthcoming and didn't rush. Able to convert with that baby hook. Nice job by Hill.
Hill 5 points a game off the bench. Double figures in 2 of his last 3. Jordan Taylor, who presented the lineups at the outset. There's number 11 for the Badgers. Elevates for 3. Got it.
Good job right there by Evans of getting in the lane with the dribble, and then you saw the Panthers have to collapse. When that help came down, Evans recognized it and kicked it out to an open Taylor.
13-11 Badgers. Avercamp. Franklin picked up by Lure. Off the back iron. Skying for the rebound is Ryan. The back iron. Skying for the rebound is Ryan Evans. Wisconsin going about 7 deep right now. Evans and Taylor, the top 2 off the bench. As Lure attacks and draws contact.
Away from pressure, and he's calling for the ball, demanding it, then making an assertive move.
70% at the line this year for Lure. 26 in that Green Bay game. You talk to the Wisconsin people, and that loss might not be as bad as it seems like from a national.
Certainly did. They shot the ball extremely well, and then Wisconsin did not do themselves any favors. Uncharacteristic 18 turnovers on the road.
Only 16 combined turnovers in the last 2 games. This Badger team, which is 15th in the country in turning the ball over, only 10 a game. Hill wants it from distance.
Boy, Hill showing something to the baby hook a couple possessions ago, then showing the ability to step out and knock down the perimeter jump shot.
Now, if you want to come in and score an upset, you better shoot well. And Milwaukee's 6 of their first 10 from the field. Badgers 5 of 9. Taylor wants to drive this time around the defender. Couldn't finish. The follow not there for Evans.
But you saw the athleticism of Evans.
Badgers 5 of 9. Taylor wants to drive this time around the defender. Couldn't finish. The follow not there for Evans.
But you saw the athleticism of Evans.
Couldn't finish. The follow not there for Evans.
But you saw the athleticism of Evans right there. Another year in the weight room, he's going to be able to catch and finish in traffic.
He's already added 15 pounds in the offseason. Travel against Milwaukee. And I'm glad you mentioned
to be a very solid stopper. We saw his ability to lock down a premier offensive player in Kyle Singler when Wisconsin was able to pull the big win in the Big Ten ACC Challenge win over Duke.
Big win against Duke, big win against Maryland, Arizona as well. Badger team in the non-conference. Here's Bohannon. He's been hot lately. 6 to shoot. They get it in Hughes' hands. Hughes about, step back, spins off. Nankiville gives him a fresh shot clock. And he sticks it back.
Now that was a way. Hill makes them pay. So good offensive versatility for Hill in the easy going. We mentioned 5 points per game coming into here, 4 already here this evening.
Out of the timeout, Nankiville going for the 3-point play, but missed the free throw.
Milwaukee's mixing it down up there with Ayers.
Three-pointer here for a jump save for Boga.
And Brent Boga came in like his classmate McCallum, shooting 50% from behind the arc. So if you're Wisconsin, you have to find that freshman duo out behind the arc.
Lonnie Boga, 50% from beyond the arc. Hughes off the dribble. Bohannon has been shooting the ball well, been a little streaky this year. Feeds Lure, they turn around on the baseline.
Well, if this kid continues to rise, we've seen the baby hook coming from the left block into the lane. Here he's able to spin baseline side.
Boga has it in his hands. Ricky Franklin against Nankiville. Franklin, baseline to the rim.
And a really nice job right there using the mismatch. We saw Nankiville take advantage of Ayers. There, Franklin's able to take advantage of Nankiville. He saw that he had the speed mismatch, able to turn the corner on Nankiville in the conversion.
Taylor, Nankiville dials it up. Front iron, Franklin tracks it down. Front iron, Franklin tracks it down. Badgers by 2, under 10 to go, first half. Badgers 8-2, Milwaukee 8-4, beat Miami of Ohio last time out by 7.
Miami was giving Xavier everything they wanted earlier this evening.
Here's Hill again. How about Anthony Hill off the bench?
Hill, two of them coming on little jump hooks, baby hooks from that left block coming into the lane. So good offensive performance off the bench for Anthony Hill in Milwaukee.
Tied at 20. 6 lead changes to this point. Haven't seen a clean look yet from Bohannon for the Badgers. Shot clock at 10.
Good job by Milwaukee of keeping Wisconsin exclusively on the right side of the floor in this possession. No ball reversal.
10.5 to launch. Caught iron and Nankiville rips it away.
That's just a back-breaking thing mentally if you're the Panthers, but they dodge a bullet right there as Hughes loses it on the way up.
Franklin leaves it for Roberts. The kick out. Boga. Front iron and Hughes wants to run. Lure mid-range.
Scramble situations it. What's not to like about this kid? He's shown the ability at 6'10" to put it on the floor. He can pull you out and hit that mid-range jump shot, and his post play continues to improve and impress.
10 for Lure on 4 of 6. 2 of 2 at the stripe. Boga going to work and draws the whistle. Lonnie Boga's been active. 8 minutes even. 2-point game as Milwaukee gets a fresh shot clock here. Suter. Patrick Suter elevates. Again left it short and out of bounds.
Fun to watch in our Variety and connection to the game.
And we're going to have an interview with those two coming up at halftime. So stay tuned for that. Sat them both down in the same room. Ayers back off the bench for Milwaukee. Threads a pass through and a finish from Meyer.
Nice hitting. Meyer threw it away from the defense where only Meyer could get it. Allowed him to catch it and go right up in traffic. Good interior feed started that process.
Ayers can do a thing or two. He was the conference player of the week back on the 30th of November and has struggled since. But a nice pass there and a nice shot from Bohannon.
Well, Bohannon struggled in the early part of the season but has picked it up as of late. Comes in on the year 39% from behind the arc, and if you allow him to get his feet set more often than not, he's going to make you pay.
Meyer draws the defense from Evans.
Good help by Jarmus.
Shot clock at 8 as Suter resets. Patrick Suter off the dribble, blocked by Lure. Evans hangs, misses, follows, shot, John Lure. Evans hangs, misses, follows, shot, John Lure.
Lure showing his athleticism, the block on one end, keeps it in play, then doesn't give up on the transition basket and is rewarded with the tip in.
A dozen for Lure in the first half. Came in averaging 16. Lonnie Boga, tough move, and he's pushed on the 5 of 7 from the field, and we've seen shots fall for him from a couple of different ranges. Practice.
And the confidence level between this year and last year, you can tell he did the requisite work in the offseason because he's always had the ability to step out and knock down the jump shot. He hasn't lost that. Rather, he's added just a great deal of efficiency in the mid-range and post-game.
Trying for the alley-oop. Evans unable to close it. Evans unable to close it.
Set play. Evans was up there plenty high, just wasn't able to corral it. Nice
Ayers, yeah. Halfway down, but no. And a foul on the rebound.
Nice
Ayers, yeah. Halfway down, but no. And a foul on the rebound. Will walk the other way. Push.
That's a lot of space to clear with the left-hand dribble. Just not able to convert it.
5:43 first half, and the Badgers by 4. Evans thought about pulling it. Hughes breaks this man down and got pushed.
Yeah, easy call for the official to make right.
Hughes against Franklin. Spins in the lane, fall away, not there.
Pretty good job by Franklin of keeping his defensive presence and forced a difficult shot by Hughes.
Crowd wanted to travel from Ayers. Avercamp around the defender. Crashes to the deck, offensive foul.
And taking the contact. I've been impressed with Milwaukee here this evening. They haven't been intimidated. And Wisconsin, let's bear in mind, they haven't played in a week, just coming off finals. Some of these young guys had finals actually earlier today prior to this.
The glass. Another aspect of the game. Timeout for Rob Jeter.
30-second timeout, Milwaukee.
Well, Coach Jeter fired up. His team down by a half. Fifth-year head coach, 4 years as an assistant. Bo Ryan here in Wisconsin. His team 17-14 a year ago, 11-7 in the Horizon. Three-pointer too strong from the hand of Ajami.
Milwaukee already has played 2 games of conference play, splitting those 2 contests thus far in the Horizon League.
Taylor off the curl.
Good job right there by Ayers of taking away the baseline from Lure.
A 2-man game here with Taylor and Lure. And Taylor, nice throw. And draws the foul. At both ends. Is yet to get into the scoring column. Hey, Badger fans, now you can get free. You mentioned that assist to turnover. He averages 3.7 assists a game, and that's more than.
And you can tell the level of trust that Coach Bo Ryan and this coaching staff have in the young fella. They had him out there a lot of time as a true freshman, and that playing time has continued to grow as a sophomore.
Franklin drills it. 30-26.
Franklin, the leading scorer for the Panthers at 15 a game, and we talked about coming in off a hot streak, 22 points per game over the last 2.
3-pointers, 3 of 8 now for the Panthers.
Nice head fake.
Oh, John Lure.
It's all on to snaps, and then Lure, good use of the shot fake and dribbling with a purpose, Brent, creating space, give himself that open mid-range jump shot.
Franklin wants to answer, instead shovels it to Hill, and he scores.
Boy, Hill, 8 points off. Good job of spinning away from pressure and converting with the off or left hand.
Hill with 8 leads the Panthers. Franklin has 7. And an offensive foul. Percent when these two are on the same bench, either player coach or coach, they win 80% of the time.
Not too shabby. You can live with that.
I'll say.
Thanks to our graphics folks.
Boy, those
That's
guys,
a lot of typing.
Yeah. Well, you and I were having a burger down the road.
I took a nap.
You took a nap. Franklin, a pullback shot, no. And Taylor, Franklin, a pullback shot, no. And Taylor skies for the board. He wants to run for Wisconsin. Taylor so confident in the open floor, the sophomore, and blocking foul. 52% for the year. Knocks it through.
Maybe another relationship at Rick Pitino and Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan played for Rick Pitino at Providence.
Well, you could tell throughout.
As he saw his protege talking and just speaking about his accomplishments, it was a lot of fun to see.
Well, Bo getting everything he can handle so far. McCallum a tough shot. The rebound controlled by Lure. Controlled by Lure. Trayvon Hughes. Wow.
The crowd has continually answered the bell thus far in the first 20 minutes, Brent. When it looked like Wisconsin may pull out into a big lead, they've had some things to overcome. They've done a nice job on a couple of really limiting and forcing a tough shot, but they haven't been able to corral the offensive rebound. That's allowed Wisconsin to convert 8 second chance points, and that's really the difference thus far.
9-point Badger advantage. Largest lead to this point for Wisconsin. McCallum feeds Ayers on the block. And the travel. Turnover numbers 4-3. Both teams taking pretty good care of the basketball here in the first 20. As we go under 2. Taylor off the dribble. Off the glass, yes.
And a good job right there by Wisconsin. You saw the Badger player flare out to the corner. That took away the help side defense, allowing Taylor to turn the corner unmolested and finish.
7-0 run for the Badgers, double-digit lead. Deontay Roberts. Franklin resets at 9 to shoot. Franklin draws the foul.
What Franklin really, the Badgers gave the Panthers last time clearing it out. You saw Ayers fade out to the corner, isolating Evans on Franklin, and Franklin able to get in there.
And 1 of 2 for Franklin.
Well, right now, if I'm Wisconsin, particularly with Ayers guarding Lure, I'm going to find the big fella. I'm going to find the big junior and make Ayers defend him, be it on the block or preferably on the perimeter.
Hughes the drive.
And what you saw right there, Hughes over dribble, but Ayers was just attached to Lure, was in no position to help out on the dribble drive.
Hughes now with 8. Lonnie Bogo with the take and the offensive foul.
That's disturbing.
Team fouls at 11 to 4. Don't be so hard on you. There's a lot of people that would love to see your mug up there on the computer screen.
I'm not exactly the most technologically savvy guy. I'm still playing 8-tracks.
You are old school. I was with Stephanie White on a broadcast the other night, and she isn't on Facebook either.
No.
She's old school. Under 10 seconds in the half. Jordan Taylor pulls up, left it on the front iron. One final crack for Milwaukee at 2 seconds. Desperation. Off the glass. 20 minutes in the books. That Red Hawk team to just 39%.
And the Milwaukee, for stretches of time on the defensive end, have been pretty solid. What has hurt them is playing 30 seconds of good defense and then giving up an offensive rebound, which has allowed Wisconsin the chance to go back and reload. And it's witness to the fact the Badgers have 8 second chance points in the first 20 minutes.
Lonnie Boga on the baseline, kick out of Jami, and they rotate it for Franklin. Important for the Panthers to start out strong here. Ayers gets it. Attacks off the glass, yes.
Well, first of all, we lost sight of Trayvon Hughes down there on the mismatch for a short period of time, but he's okay. And Ayers spinning away from pressure. Good job by Milwaukee of recognizing it and going inside.
Charmis threads it for Lure. 2-man game here. Lure draws the double.
Good help by Boga coming down there on the double team and forcing Lure to kick it out.
Hughes finds Jarmus. Count it for.
Down the other way on a good cross screen and flash from Jarmus. Good delivery from the senior to the junior.
How about Jarmus?
To the junior.
How about Jarmus' three-point play here? He's a guy that was a go-to scorer on a high school team at Oshkosh West. And here he is as a role guy in college.
You win with guys like that because he does all the proverbial little things. Will come up, nice job defensively of keeping his hand up, will make the extra pass, and can stick the shot when he's open.
Tough shot from Franklin, rimmed out. From Franklin, rimmed out. Lure there to clear it for the Badgers. Hughes pull up. Too strong. And the weak side board for Ajami.
Good job right there by Lure of moving his feet, cutting off the baseline for Meyer.
Here's Tony Meyer against the double team.
Good strong step in there. Good little up and under by Meyer. Strong in the conversion.
Good young player for them. Sophomore, Wildwood, Missouri. 4 double-figure games. 44-33 Wisconsin. Bohannon 3 points so far. He's only gotten a couple of clean looks. Lure breaks his man down. You bet.
Meyer can do defensively than he did right there. Brent did a pretty good job of moving his feet. Kept Lure in front of him, but Lure showing the ability to take a little bit of a contact. And how about the nice touch, putting it up there? That's the second time we've seen him use that rim because of the soft touch that he puts it up there with. I'm just so impressed with Lure.
The lob a little bit too tall.
Inside and try to force the Badgers to defend inside out. First it was to Ayers, there to Meyer.
Lure flashes out. Now Taylor. 3 minutes deep, second half, 13-point Badger advantage.
Oh, nice.
No look for Taylor. The contact, no call, but he scores.
Wonderful job right there by Jordan Taylor of sensing that the defender had turned his head and was ball watching. Taylor sensed that, went right to the cup and is rewarded. Good use of the head fake. Don't let the defender fly by.
Badgers' largest lead at 15. Ayers trying to get a seal in there.
Trayvon Hughes not giving up ground easily.
Ayers going to work again in there, and now an offensive foul.
Yeah, and I think that's just the left side arm. That was like a Yugo going up against a Mack truck.
Ayers averages 13. He definitely makes his presence felt.
He's got some pretty nimble feet.
He gets up down the floor very well. There he is, stepping out on Nankiville. Deep one from Bohannon. Misfires. Offensive board. Reverse lay-in, no. Got blocked that time by Ayers. Down the floor very well. There he is, stepping out on Nankiville. Deep one from Bohannon. Misfires. Offensive board. Reverse lay-in, no. Got blocked that time by Ayers. And a block against Hughes.
The defender, Franklin, got caught ball watching. That allowed Taylor to go right to the rim. Hughes found it.
Panther ball down 15 here. Ajami for Franklin. Hill trying to seal off the defense. Been a pretty clean game. Haven't seen a whole lot of fouls. Not much at the line. There's the lob for Ayers and the finish.
Good use of the high-low. We've seen Hill able to convert at the rim here. It's a good interior feed, good high-low action on the out-of-bounds situation by the Panthers. Hill finding Ayers going right to the rim.
Nankiville thought about it. Taylor to the deck and a block.
Last time down, so Ayers can release and catch, and it throws it away from the defense, but it started with Ayers riding the defender Nankiville up the lane.
Ayers has 4. Milwaukee down 13. Evans off the Badger bench.
Milwaukee showing kind of a little matchup situation right here.
Evans rises. Off the front iron. feed Ayers again. Ayers on the block, no. Rebound Bohannon.
Ayers kind of rushed.
Rebound Bohannon.
Ayers kind of rushed that one, Brent. He had a little bit more time than he thought. If he takes his time, he's probably able to convert that. Kind of flipped it up there.
Taylor pulls it. Off the heel. The heel. Ajami elevates from 15. Again off the lip, but again Bohannon on the glass. Again off the lip, but again Bohannon on the glass.
If I'm in Wisconsin right now, I'm going to go right inside. Yep, not all.
Evans tried to thread it to Lure, stolen away.
Good idea.
Tried to thread it to Lure, stolen away.
Good idea, but didn't have enough spacing to try to go with that dump feed down there to Lure. And even if Lure's able to come up with it, the pass was too low. Probably not going to be able to do anything efficiently.
Lure has 18 in the game on 8 of 10. Franklin, nice through. Rims out. Tapped out of bounds. Good hustle by Franklin.
Target just enough.
Franklin with 8. 48-35. Hughes elevates. Not there. Bohannon the save.
And it started with a back tip by Bruiserweight.
Hughes elevates. Not there. Bohannon the save.
And it started with a back tip by Bruiserweight.
Hughes thought about it again, lost the handle. Dives for it. 4 players on the floor and a tie-up.
Milwaukee showing his cookie.
2 days away, Sean. You ready? You got your shopping done? Your cookies baked?
Yeah, you can't keep me out of the kitchen.
7 minutes deep second half. Bohannon thought about it, drives instead, reverse, and draws the whistle.
Development of John Lure. We've also seen that development from Jason Bohannon over the course of his career here in Madison.
Bohannon misfires on the first. And it's tough to tell, but how do you see this thing?
This is a team that I've liked from the beginning, Brent. I just, when you have an experienced backcourt as they do, and with the continued development and growth of John Lure, they're very good. And let's be honest, you almost have to start Wisconsin in the conference season at 500 because of the fact they don't lose here in the Kohl Center.
Yep.
Because of the fact they don't lose here in the Kohl Center.
Yep. 11 straight. 126-10 at Kohl since Bo Ryan got here. Nankiville.
Nankiville shooting the ball effectively. That just gives you another weapon. This is a young man in Nankiville who I don't think he knows how good he can be.
Block and a foul as Avercamp went to work.
Injury of Evan Turner, but you've seen David Leidy kind of step in and do a lot more scoring. There's not going to be anyone happier. Diebler was getting wide open shot after wide open shot because of the presence of Evan Turner, and now they are able to close out on him because Turner's not in there to get in the lane and create offensive load and steal some wins that they don't look like they should on paper.
Always seems like that's where it boils down.
And once again, Milwaukee showing a little bit of a matchup 2-3 zone here.
Skip pass, good movement. Rotation for Taylor.
Nice.
One more for Jarmus. Not there. Fighting for it was Hughes, but Meyer came away. Fighting for it was Hughes, but Meyer came away with the basketball.
Good ball movement and forcing that zone to move themselves, and that's where seams are opening, and Wisconsin just not able to convert.
Here's Hill in deep in the lane. Anthony Hill. You mentioned Bruiserweight off the Wisconsin bench. 6'6" freshman from St. Paul, Minnesota. Bohannon pulls it. Off the back iron again.
That zone has been relatively effective the last 3 or 4 possessions. It's taken away the inside presence and the ability to post up from the Badgers.
McCallum misfires. Taylor spins. Callum on the drive this time. Brusewicz there to clear it. Brusewicz there to clear it.
And a nice job by Bohannon there, Brent, of sliding his feet and keeping his hands up, making that a very difficult shot for McCallum. Not bailing him out with a foul by reaching.
Jarvis, the Miami Hurricanes. He and the Badgers prep for Ja'Cory Harris and company. Sunday, 10 Eastern. Big Ten tonight, the finale. Look forward to that. Look forward to bowl season. Ready or not, it's upon us. Jarvis rises. Right side of the iron. Tracked down by Boga. Tracked down by Boga. (51-38) Badgers as we near 10 minutes. Second half. Wisconsin looking for win number 9 in the second to last non-conference game of the season. Drive by Franklin, the finish, no. Lure the save. Lure the save.
Right now, if I'm Wisconsin, I would really like for them to wait, see if John Lure can get a touch.
There it is. He works on Hill. Pass for Taylor. Foul on the floor.
And Wisconsin just makes their opponents whipping his head up and toward the rim, because if he has his head down, as you see so many players do, there's no way he's going to see Jordan Taylor and that dive cut. He's going to see Jordan Taylor and that dive cut.
Hughes has his 3 spin off. Franklin against Hughes.
Brent, Wisconsin's gone on a little bit of a drought here, but the Panthers have not been able to capitalize and cut into this lead.
They've had some chances. Some open looks. Feet airs again. Pretty move. Foul on the rebound as Bohannon got it.
Because of the shot blocking presence of Lure, I think if Ayers puts his shoulder to the rim, he might be at the foul line right now rather than fading away from the shot blocker.
Ayers again off his hands, but last touched. 2 of 6. Hill leads the Panthers with 10. Franklin steps in. Rimmed off. Badgers by 13.
Good job by Ayers of pushing Lure away from the rim.
Lure pulls up.
Wow. That is John Lure. At 6'10", Brent, to show the ability to dribble with the off or left hand, come under control, and rise up and knock down the 17-footer. That's impressive.
Lure with 20 on 9 of 11. Came in shooting 56% for the year. He's going to up that here tonight. Franklin pops.
Good back screen by Jarvis.
Jarvis step back. Rebounded on the weak. Rebounded on the weak side by Franklin. We're under 8 minutes. You get the feeling the Panthers need to make a run quick here. Down 15.
This young man in the game of basketball is just off the charts.
20 points. His 9 made field goals, tying a career high. His career high for points is 26. Came in averaging 22 and 10 in his last 3 outings. Milwaukee needs a run here. 7.5 to play, down 15. Deontay Roberts. Roberts the pivot. Goes back up and gets fouled.
Boy, Jordan
Covering anything there, but one thing you mentioned was the controlled closeouts and the way they defend with their feet constantly.
It's rare if game. What's the big deal in that? All you have to do is watch them on the defensive end of the floor, Brett. Their arms are always up, like you're taught to play the game when you're learning how to play the game. Play defense. Marvel at it because very few teams do it anymore.
Right. Well, here at Kohl Center, opponents before tonight shooting just 35% from the field, 29% from three. (53-39) at the 7-minute mark. Mike Brusewitz, 8th man in the Badger rotation right now. Hughes trying to shake the defender.
Roles that the recently graduated Joe Kravenhoff plays. Stick an open shot when it's there. Can defend, rebound. Better athlete than you might look at first blush. Can really run the floor. Very strong. Pretty good size right now, but you know he's going to fill out. Only a freshman.
Only a freshman, and his high water mark was that key game against Arizona. He played 22 minutes in that game and had 6 and 7.
And in talking with assistant coach Gary Close at the shoot run, he said he really saved them in that 3 games in 3 days tournament, as you mentioned, in Hawaii, because depth obviously becomes a factor.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
Timeout for the Badgers, as Taylor calls it. So, final non-conference game for the Badgers.
And a cautionary tale on display this evening. Score flashed across. Oral Roberts defeated New Mexico, a top 25 team. So have to take care of your business all the way to the beginning of the conference slate.
It can get dicey around the holidays too. Jami in the air, draws the foul. These are
because guys are going to have different academic schedules, different times that they have to go and take their finals. So you throw in the fact that it's an in-state rival. I don't think.
Coach Jeter, a long time with Bo Ryan. Roberts got the offensive board. They swing it over to Ajami.
Ayers had a good shot, gave it up for a better one in the corner to Ajami.
Gerard Ajami, the junior from here in Madison.
This game's still interesting right now because the Panthers have cut it to 10. They get a stop. Go down the other way, you're in single digits with just a little bit over 5.5.
15 a moment ago. Bo Ryan 8-0. You're right, it's down to 10 here. Nankiville hits. Have you been impressed with the way Milwaukee came in here tonight, particularly for most of that first half?
Yeah, I really have. They executed pretty well. Defensively, they were very good for long stretches of time. What hurt them was Wisconsin maybe into a rushed or hurried shot. Then for whatever reason weren't able to corral the rebound, and that allowed the Badgers to reload.
This is a stretch of 4 straight road games with his Panther team. Turnaround falls for Franklin.
Milwaukee extending the defense here a little bit. We've seen them go to a zone. Now they're extending it a little bit. Once again, trying to give Wisconsin a little bit different look rather on the defensive end.
Lure. Taylor, he has 10, and he gets pushed.
Period of time, you have to convert better than 62% of your foul opportunities.
Knocks down the first. Well, we mentioned he plays.
When you've got a guy that's plus 4 to 1 assist turnover ratio, you can live with that.
Got them both at the line. Franklin turned the corner. Gets it back against Hughes. Turn around and Hill. Woo.
Be on fire, and it's just been so impressive here this evening. 6 of 6 from the floor for Hill.
12 points, Anthony Hill. Nankiville, and he's got a dozen.
Good job by Nank to get out there and close out, and That's where Nankivil can be so effective and so productive at 6'10", or 6'8" rather, his ability to knock down that mid-range jump shot.
Franklin, stop and pop, blocks. How about Hughes?
Elevation, keeps it in play, gives his body up, leads to an extra possession for the Badgers.
Lure, backs down, fall away, got it.
School is in set. Got Dimitri McCamey. When he plays well and plays under control, that's a squad that is very, very difficult to beat because you throw in that front line of Mike Tisdale, team to defend.
Struggling a bit tonight. Well, who knows? Zuit team, I'll tell you the style they play. From time to time, they can beat anybody.
They will wear you out like a Christmas relative that stays a day too late.
Are you that guy?
I'm always that guy. That's why I'm here.
3.5 to play. Roberts, the finish.
Nice job by Roberts of getting into the lane, taking the contact, and more.
To 12 here. Deontay Roberts, 65%, and he completes it. And he completes it. Hold away from the ball.
I think they got Roberts because he really sold it.
You talked about finals. These guys in school, they were still taking finals.
Back in for the
Taylor gets them both. 50 with 3:11 to play. Shaking the defender is Ricky Franklin.
Milwaukee in a very difficult lead in their own right. We've talked about the Big Ten, but playing in that Horizon League, you're talking about the likes of Butler that's established themselves as a consistent top 25 team. Cleveland State, a very good squad. Wright State. So you have some teams in there that can really play. So a game like this will really serve Milwaukee, not only in the non-conference slate, but also getting ready for what's going to be a difficult Horizon League schedule as well.
Milwaukee picked 4th in the Horizon. Green Bay was picked right behind them. 5 on the shot clock. Lure. Good effort by Franklin. Good effort by Franklin. Chance to get this thing under 10 for the Panthers at 2:17. You know Franklin's feeling it right now. There's from way out. Cleared by Taylor. Cleared by Taylor. Well, if that shot had gone down, this thing would be at 8.
He's taken a lot of threes, has errors this year. 57 coming into tonight.
0 for 3 from beyond the arc this evening. 2 of 8 from the field. Bohannon trying to shake loose. Hughes with 7. Hughes isolation against Ajami. Step back. Rimmed off. And a push on the rebound.
And Hughes's right foot slipped to Discaville. Gets ridden under the rim by Hill. We'll shoot a couple.
Nankivil has 13. Scored 12 in the Cal Poly game. It's both free throws.
I said in the first half, and I think it bears repeating. I don't think Keaton Nankivil knows how good he can be. He has shown flashes of it. I think it's just a matter of developing confidence because, you know, if he unleashed himself offensively and athletically, he's got a great frame at 6'8", can shoot the ball, a nice touch. Just trust yourself, trust your instincts.
Ayers again from outside. Hits. Back to 10. Ayers with his first 3.
Well, Ayers living by the time-honored tradition of when in doubt, air it out. Keep hoisting it up there.
1 minute remaining in the game.
1 minute left. And you talked about Nankivil. They say here in Wisconsin he might be the smartest player out there. Very cerebral guy, and sometimes that might get in the way a little bit. Boga. Weak side board for Bohannon. They had 40 seconds to play.
And Brendan, another thing that'll hop out at you when we look at the final stats, you had two freshman guards in Boga and McCallum who came in shooting 50% from behind three-point range. Both of those young players really held completely in check for the Panthers here this evening.
Well, the Badgers get 23 from Lure, 14 apiece from Nankiville and Taylor. Nankiville. Lure the follow. One more for good measure. One more for good measure. The final crack here from McCallum, the finger roll.
Basketball by
And point one, and the buzzer, and Bo Ryan beats his former assistant.